So the new patch for FC26 came out a few days ago, and I gotta say, goalkeeping is actually playable now. There are still lots of issues that need tweaking, but overall, the experience has improved significantly, and I'm hoping it keeps getting better as opposed to worse. A lot of goalkeepers, new or experienced, always wonder what the best playstyles are. And since the new update made certain playstyles stronger and some weaker, I want to help expand on what each playstyle brings to the table and whether they are worth it or not. This video is focusing on the shot stopper archetype and not sweeper keeper because nobody uses sweeper in high tier play.
Let's get it.
And if you do, then more power to you, but you're just handicapping yourself and your potential. I've got a tier list here with all the playstyles, and I'm gonna rank every single version of them, both silver and gold. If you're a more experienced GK, your opinion on some of these may vary with mine, so feel free to comment about whether you think a playstyle I ranked too low should be placed higher and why, and vice versa. This ranking is based off of my own experiences and the conclusions I've come to after a lot of experimentation done. Okay, no more time wasting. Let's get into it. Cross-Claimer Plus. Unique punching animations, stronger punches, and increased movement speed during aerial situations, as well as increased body strength in traffic, so your player won't fall over easily when pushed around by multiple people during crosses and corners. It's a good playstyle plus, but the amount of skill points you need to spend for it don't justify getting it, in my opinion, especially since there are much better playstyle pluses available and for a little bit cheaper too. So CC plus is okay, I would say. It's okay. And you can get it if you want to, because it will do a good job for you if you really struggle against aerial balls. Deflector Plus. This goes into very strong for me. So Deflector Plus pushes the ball even further away from danger and prevents a lot less rebounds than the silver version. I think this is an incredibly strong and very worthwhile playstyle plus to have, because alongside the fact that you give up pretty much 0 rebounds while using it, Deflector Plus also has unique diving animations that trigger against certain types of shots, which most of the time will be a goal without those diving animations. They mostly trigger against really powerful and well-placed shots into the top corner, which make it a very valuable playstyle plus to have. Footwork Plus gives you unique foot save animations and increased performance against low-driven shots. I don't think this one needs much of a debate as it's common sense, but it is the undisputed best GK playstyle in the whole game, and it is an absolute must-have. Low-drivens are the most consistent and strongest shot in the whole game, and the only counter you have against it as a GK is with this playstyle plus. Some people say it's not that good because getting foot save animations is random and rarely happens to them, but this playstyle isn't just about those foot save animations. Whether you save them with your hands or your feet, footwork makes your player get down to the floor quicker. So regardless of the animation you get, you need to have Footwork Plus to stand a chance against low drivens. Footwork Plus, an absolute must-have. Far Reach Plus gives you unique dive animations and increased diving reach against long shots and shots from outside of the box. I've never been a fan of this playstyle, and honestly, that has not really changed this year, if I'm going to be honest, because you're not going to go against many players who are going to take long shots, and even if you do, Far Reach barely activates, if ever. Previous years, I would have put this into don't get F tier, but it has improved enough in FC26 for me to put it at OK tier. It activating somewhat consistently against cutbacks inside of the box when you're a bit out of position, and the fact that you get it for free as a signature playstyle makes it alright enough to keep, in my opinion. If you had to actually spend skill points for it, then it would not be worth it at all because of how poor the benefit to AP spent ratio is. Far Throw Plus. Ah, my beloved Far Throw Plus. This is unironically my favorite playstyle plus for goalkeeper. I have a lot of history with this, as it used to be my most used playstyle in FC24 and 25, but since it's now restricted to just the sweeper keeper archetype in FC26, I can only use it when playing for fun and trolling with friends.
Oh my god!
Can we flick it up and edit back so we yes! Yes! Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna have to be taken off a half time. My stomach's
So I do have a bit of bias when it comes to this playstyle, but the logical ranking of it would be D tier, not needed, but you can't really go wrong with it. 1v1 Closedown Plus gives you increased sprint speed inside of the box and better animations against shots with a close trajectory to your goalkeeper. In the previous patches, I would call this useless because sweeping and dealing with loose balls were broken and didn't work at all, but with them mostly being fixed now, I consider it an incredible playstyle to have, and the only reason this doesn't go into must-have S tier is because of how expensive it is to get. You need to get 90 acceleration, 90 aggression, and 90 agility to unlock it, and what sucks about this is that acceleration and aggression are useless for GK as they don't affect how fast you actually move in the box or how you deal with loose balls. So you're maxing out 2 useless attributes just to get one single playstyle plus. If you're willing to deal with that, then definitely get it, because the movement speed you get from it will make you a sweeping monster and very strong at dealing with crosses. Because the movement speed bonus applies in those situations as well. You also get better diving animations against shots that are closer to you, so if you like to position yourself aggressively the way I do in 1v1 scenarios, then that's another benefit you get with this. I've included long ball and long ball plus because with the new update, shot stoppers get a third signature playstyle, and well, this is it. I've seen a lot of people replace it with a specialization just so they can have 3 playstyle pluses, but I think long ball plus is incredibly underrated for goalkeeper. The types of passes you can make with it are absolutely insane, and it creates so much potential for creating counterattacking opportunities as a goalkeeper from your own box. Since I'm not level 75 yet, I've only played with the silver version, but with how good the silver version is, I can only imagine how good the plus version will be. Now it's time for the silver playstyles. They all do the same thing as the plus versions, but worse, so I'm not gonna take too long talking about them except for a couple. And we're gonna start with silver far throw. And this goes into F tier for me, because throws this year are pretty bad, and this playstyle doesn't really help make it any better. It's a waste of points since you need to invest a lot into GK kicking, which is a useless attribute. I don't recommend getting it at all. F tier. Silver Deflector is a good playstyle to get since it's cheap to unlock and you still get most of the benefits that the plus version gives you. It's not as good as the plus version because you will still give up the occasional rebound with it, but it's still strong enough to add to every build you have. Silver Far Reach is the same as the plus version except worse in every way, because if you've replaced it as a signature, re-unlocking it is not worth the skill points you have to spend for it in exchange for the benefits you get. It's still not awful per se, so you can get it if you really want to for some extra support, but you don't really need it, to be honest. So I'll put this in D tier. Silver Footwork is still an amazing playstyle to have, even though it's just silver. You're not going to need to get the silver version unless you play with Sweeper, which doesn't have Footwork as a sig, or if you've replaced it as a signature, like a complete fucking idiot. In which case, you need to get it as soon as possible, or you're going to be completely useless against low drivens. I think the silver version of 1v1 Closedown is decent, albeit not as strong as its plus counterpart. So you could argue for low B tier to high C tier. Like, it's okay, but it's good enough to be considered strong. For the way I play, if I decide to skip on the plus version, I will definitely get the silver one, but you can skip it if you play more passively and you don't want either versions of the playstyle. Crossclaimer. Now this one is gonna cause some arguments and make me go on a bit of a tangent because a lot of people disagree with me on this. But I think this is a must-have and the second best playstyle you can have as a goalkeeper. I see so many goalkeepers, good and bad, be completely non-existent against corners and crosses, which is an awful thing to do, and a lot of that stems from the fact that this year, it's really difficult to consistently deal with crosses and corners without the playstyle. I personally hate being passive in aerial situations, and if teams notice you're going to do absolutely nothing to cause problems to their deliveries in the box, they're going to spam crosses into your 6-yard box all day, which adds so much unnecessary pressure to your defenders and makes your own job of saving shots even harder. You need to be able to show some presence in your box and command it, especially the 6-yard box at minimum, and that's why Silver Crossclaimer is such an amazing playstyle to have. It makes it much easier to deal with aerial balls because of the better animations and how quicker you move when they happen. And if you combo it with the 1v1 Closedown playstyle, you're even quicker, and it's going to be super difficult for the opposing team to consistently cause your team danger with crosses and corners. You can completely dispatch a team that relies on crosses this way, or if they still like to cross, you can force them to cross to the edge of the box, or even outside of the box instead of inside it, or even inside your 6-yard box, which relieves so much pressure off of your defense and makes you an even scarier to the opposition. You also unlock Silver Deflector for free alongside it, so you get 2 great playstyles in one. Okay, that's all the GK playstyles ranked and explained. I hope this video's helped you learn more about each of them and made your future decisions regarding which ones to pick easier. If you've watched this until the end, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in my next video.